we still have this report about Issa Tchiroma and the penalty that has been offered to him by Atanga. A video clip circulating widely on social platforms shows French Cameroon's Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanga, delivering a forceful warning to Issa Tchiroma Bakari, promising that those he called instigators of unrest will face the full weight of the law. In the footage, Atanga's tone is uncompromising, an official reiterating a familiar line from a government facing sustained public anger. The clip has been shared and reposted across Facebook and YouTube, drawing sharp reactions from citizens and commentators. At face level, the minister's words are a clear statement of intent from the administration. Public dissent, the government says, will be met with punitive action. Yet, viewed in context, the declaration reads less like law enforcement than a display of political theater. Atanga's threat, issued while repeatedly affirming Paul Biya as the president, exposed an extraordinary dissonance. He demands obedience to a mandate that a large swath of the population openly rejects. The optics are jarring. A senior official threatens punishment for a man and a movement that many French Cameroonians regard as challenging what they perceive to be a stolen mandate. The message is not only punitive, it is defensive. Now, there is an irony that runs through the footage. The minister speaks of restoring order while embodying the very impunity and lawlessness many citizens point to as the root of their grievances. Accusations of election manipulation, economic mismanagement, and erosion of public institutions have long shadowed the former administrative regime. Yes, the response offered on camera is the old playbook of threats and intimidation rather than accountability and dialogue. To observers, this approach underscores a deeper problem. When state actors prioritize coercion over reconciliation, they risk deepening the legitimacy gap rather than closing it. Atanga's language also signals political calculation. By framing Tchiroma as an instigator of violence and disorder, the administration seeks to criminalize dissent and recast a political contest as a security problem, a tactic with practical consequences. Labeling opponents as criminals legitimizes arrests, detentions, and heavy-handed measures that further restrict civic space. Those who watch the clip see not only a threat to one man, but a warning shot to any citizen considering public protest. This contributes to a climate of fear and raises questions about proportionality, human rights, and the rule of law. But threats can also backfire. In an era of smartphones and social media, attempts to silence or intimidate often amplify the very voices they seek to suppress. We see that the widespread sharing of Atanga's remarks and the public debates they have sparked demonstrates that coercion no longer guarantees control of the narrative. For many French Cameroonians, the minister's vow will be read as confirmation of a foreign-aligned, oligarchic protection of power rather than a legitimate act of governance. The more officials insist on coercion without transparency, the more they deepen the perception that the state answers to itself rather than to the people. In short, the video of Atanga's threat is less a momentary outburst than a revealing snapshot of a political system at odds with its citizens. It highlights an administration that, when confronted by claims of illegitimacy, doubles down on authority through intimidation, even as that very posture feeds public distrust. Whether the state chooses force or reform will determine if these tensions escalate or if a pathway to reconciliation can be found.